Welcome to Tristan's cooking show of a famous sponge cake recipe. Today I'm going to show you how to make some delicious sponge cake. So here are the ingredients that we'll be using for today. We have vanilla extract, eggs, baking powder, flour, sugar, and margarine / butter. The next step we're going to do is we're going to cut half of this butter and we're going to put it in. Same with the sugar. We're going to add 3 cups of sugar into the bowl. So cutting half the butter. Alright, so we've added all of the butter we need. Put the butter to the side. And now you have to add our 3 cups of sugar. Dump this whole thing in. Alright, so that's the 3 cups of sugar. And now we have to start mixing. Want to make sure all the sugar is into all the butter. Mix it really well. So I'll come back to you after the results of what it should look like after you're done mixing. Alright, so here's what it should look like after you've mixed it successfully. It's very nice and smooth and everything's blended in together. So the next step is we're going to take our 12 eggs. We're going to add 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. We're going to add it into the eggs. And we're going to get our mixer and we're going to mix it around. Also, please make sure to be careful when using one of these. Sorry, we had a little bit of a mechanical error there with the mixer, but we're going to try again. Alright, so we don't really need these anyways. It's kind of broken, but so after we're done mixing, it should look like this, and we're gonna add it to the other bowl. And now after we're done that, we're gonna mix it around until it's nice and mixed in properly. So we'll come back to you when this is done being mixed. So you can see we added some more stuff onto the table. We added 2 bowls and some paper towel for later. Also, make sure to quickly preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Also, be careful. Don't put your hand inside of it. So this is what it should look like when it's finished mixing. And the next thing we have to do is add the baking powder and flour. Right now, you can just quickly add all the baking powder. Alright, just mix it in, nice and easy, and yeah, it's mixed in. Alright, the next part is we're going to add the flour in 3 different chunks. So right now, I'm going to take a little bit of the flour and add it in. Alright, that's a little bit of the flour, and we're going to take our mixer and mix it. So we're trying to make sure all the flour gets mixed in nicely. Alright, so that's the first chunk of the flour, and it's mixed in pretty nicely. As you can see, you can't really see too much flour. There's a little bit of bumps, but that's okay. At the end, it's going to be nice and smooth. Alright, now we're going to take our second chunk and add it in. Alright, so I'm going to add a little bit more. And we're good. This should be good. Alright, so now we're going to mix it again. Round 2. Try and mix in the flour nice and easy. Nice and smooth. better now. Nice and smooth. Alright, that's mixed in pretty well. So that's 2 chunks out of the 3. And now we're going to add in the last bit of flour. And dump it all in nice and easy. Alright, so here is the last bit of flour. And we're going to add it in. This is done. It's nice and mixed in nicely, nice and smooth. So next, after this is all done, we have our 2 bowls. We have number 1 and number 2. We're gonna try to evenly put all of this inside of these 2 pans. All right, we have a little dirtiness on here, but we'll clean it after. I also want to say, we also used 1 tablespoon of baking powder and 4 cups of flour. So now we're going to add half of this inside this pan. But first, we got to use butter and flour to make sure this sticks to this. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some flour. We're going to dump it in. Some flour in this one. Dump it in. A little bit of flour on each. We're going to take some butter. Some butter on this. Butter on. Some butter in there. Put some more butter right here. Alright, so after we're done putting the butter and a little bit of flour, we're going to get a napkin and we're going to mix it in together. We're going to go around in a circle and mix it in. This makes sure it's smooth and nice for this bowl can stick to all of this. The butter is all greased in. Now we're going to take some flour. We're going to go around in a circle. We're going to mix it all around. Alright, so yeah, now it's all nice and sticky. We're going to add that to that. Get this paper towel. Mix it in real quick. Alright. It's nice and mixed. Put that in there. And take some of this baking powder, put it in there. I'm gonna go on the edges again. Make sure it's nice and mixed, nice and sticky. Alright, we're good. The rest of the flour back. And actually, no, we're just gonna leave it in. It's mixed enough. It's fine. Put that out like that, and we're good. So now both of our things are nice and sticky and ready for us to add in the big bowl. I'll be back in 1 second. I'll quickly wash my hands before I can dump it in nice and smooth. Alright, I'm back and ready to dump this bowl inside of these 2 pans. Alright, so first bowl, do about halfway. We don't want to make it too high, or else in the oven it's gonna go above and it's gonna overflow. Alright, put in a little bit of that, mix it around. It's not too low yet. We can add still a little bit more because it's not near the top yet. We want to maybe add 75% to the top of this bowl. Now that's a lot, so I think this is good. We're gonna get our spatula. We're gonna mix it out. We can still add a little bit more because even under half. So we're gonna add actually a lot more. All right, that should be good. That is good. All right, so now we're done with this pan. I'm just gonna quickly smooth it out. And that looks good. Smooth it out like that. Here's how it looks when it's in the pan. It's nice and sticky to the pan for it doesn't like, go out or anything in the oven. And yeah, that's pan number 1. All right, pan number 2. The rest of this all inside here. All right, so we're gonna quickly, one hand's occupied right now, so I'm gonna grab the bowl, and it's currently slipping. So just dump that in, use the spatula, it's easier. Dump all this in. And yeah. So here is what it should look like when it's done. Mixed in nice and nice. So adding all of it in and trying to get all the stuff out of the bowl because we need all of it for the pan, and we used all of our materials nice and good. Didn't waste anything. All right, so after this is all done, this is enough. We're good. We're gonna mix it around nice and evenly. I get one more big scoop. I'm gonna put it in. Just make sure we get all the edges around this bowl. And there we go. This bowl is done with. We don't need that anymore. And we're good. So the next step we have to do is put these 2 things in the oven. So, could you please walk over with me, cameraman, and help me put this in the oven? All right, so I'm gonna quickly wash my hands one more time. All right. Hands are washed. Put this in the garbage later. So, now we're going to open up the oven. Be very careful. Get my gloves on. All right. We're going to get this, put it in the oven. You don't need to have gloves, but I like to have gloves. It's 1. And that's 2. So now, we're going to leave it in the oven, and we're going to start the timer 30 minutes, all right? And we'll get back to you when it's done. Correction, we're actually putting it for 45 minutes. I forgot, so we're going to click set timer, 45 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. 45 minutes. The sponge cake is in the oven. I'm going to clean the counter and make it nice and neat like it was before I started. All right, so now it is done and it's ready to get taken out of the oven. Always be careful because it can burn you. This is the first one that's out. First sponge cake and the second one. Here's what it looks like when it's all done, ready to eat. Cut it out, grab this, put this beautiful piece of sponge cake onto here. So now I'm going to be testing it and seeing if it's good, which usually it is. It's a little hot. Really good. Thanks for watching. Bye.